30 feet. These people's faces are 20 to 30 feet tall right in front of me. So I'm seeing every single dimple on their face. There's some acting in there. It's like, all right, they don't even believe the shit that they're doing. How could you? This story's terrible. Todd, I know you haven't seen it. You're the movie guy here. You went to school for it, that whole shit. I don't know how that fucking pops out and they say, yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? I don't even know how they promote this thing.
Well, Imagine it crushed. I mean, it made a shitload of money.
Good for them.
But I think the difference, like with Top Gun, after that first weekend where it still made a shitload of money, like it gets the really good word of mouth. Like people, you know, universally saying how good it is. Like, really good. Yeah, this will probably go right down into the blooper. I mean, people will still see it because, like you said, Jurassic Park is spanned for like almost, 25, 30 years now. So like, and then they do the same thing when they're bringing back the old characters. But from the first time I saw this theater, or the trailer, like the whole franchise at this point, I think, is kind of just like jumped the shark. It's like, how many new things can they do? Like, I probably won't go see this new one. Not that.
No, wait for it just to get to whatever point.
Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't pay to go see it, but I mean, obviously people still will. And I would guess that I haven't seen like how it's doing from the critics, but they're gonna reboot this again. Like we're gonna get another Jurassic Park movie probably with different people in like 4 to 5 years.
Hey, see though, this is going to be quite a shock. And people think that I'm new to this movie critic thing because I've only seen a few movies in my entire life. That is a little bit of a you're trying to get into the movie critic thing if you haven't seen a lot of movies to base anything. Like I don't know what my expectation or judgment is on.
Sure.
Like watching a movie, I can only judge off of the first Jurassic World that I've seen. And I'm going to do a comparison to that to this new one. Now, Jurassic World, I think I was in the hospital when I watched it, probably on my couch, very comfortable, very good.
Yeah.
This one, I hated that shit.
Right.
So it's set up for a little bit different thing. I mean, this movie was like the downsizing or downsizing movie, whatever it's called. It's like there were scenes that they just like, what happened? I'm telling you, it was kind of I had never seen anything like it.
Well,
I was so bummed for the entire, because they'll come at us for not supporting, like saving the theaters and like things like that. And then you roll that thing out there. It's like, hold on. But it was a nice reminder. We need to do this. We need to be reminded. Because it's not all pro-gun Maverick is what I was being attacked by the Jurassic cultists for talking about how good Top Gun was and not this. It's not all going to be that. Some movies are just going to stink, just like this shit. And that's what we have to remember. Some movies are just not going to be good. I think we kind of forgot about that because of the bangers that were coming back in theaters after COVID. Bang, bang, bang is happening, and then all of a sudden you walk into that one where they spent a few $100 million on it to make it. They're telling us to get back in the theaters and see it, and you sit down and like, okay, there's still gonna be shitty movies. We have to remember this movie. Yeah, only the bangers will survive. But there will be just like music. Every single generation has terrible songs that were released. It did not make it. You only hear the bangers. So when people say, oh, back in my day we had boom, 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 there's also a shit ton of music that you never heard of because it got forgotten about after one play. Only the bangers survive, and that's what we have to remind ourselves post-COVID, that even if we go to theaters for movies, there's going to be movies that fucking stink, and that just so happened to be James.
Yeah, and I mean, like you mentioned with some of the baby dinosaurs, they looked like they were Wallace and Gromit clay, and they basically just...
Those were from the 80s.
Yeah, sure, but I mean, this movie was made in the 80s, Tony. It was made last year.
Yeah, but the film,
I mean, this movie just got made, though. They didn't make it in the 80s. The baby dinosaur.
Listen, I said it wasn't.
That looked like somebody's hand they put like some face
Listen,
on.
I said it was
Crazy.
It wasn't a great film, okay?
You remember when you were attacking my Oculus boxing partners? And they're like, well, until they make some good high quality graphics.
Those guys stink.
What? That's what Jurassic World the movie was. It went backwards from the original Jurassic World.
The footage in the film, though, is from the 80s.
So you're... What are you talking
I
about?
don't know. I'm talking about the little baby in the room. You're talking about.
Like, it opens with the Howard, whatever her name is, and they're saving these, like, dinosaurs that... That's spoilers, but this is our movie.
Oh, those babies.
Oh,
Did you guys even watch the movie?
Yeah.
all right.
Watch it so much, I hate it this much.
Because there's a lot of film watching of what they did in the past.
At the beginning?
There were no
I will say
flashbacks.
We'll talk about it during the breaks.
He did.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay. Well, that certainly, adds to it maybe.
I might have missed a lot of the setup. Anyways, that's why this show is going to be different than any others. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the first ever edition of...
You did it. You watched another one too. Card Counter. That was a banger.
I'll tell you what, that movie fucking stunk. What is the deal? I feel like such a hater, but I feel like I have high expectations of these people that are getting paid a lot of money to tell stories. Take great stories.
It's impressive.
Not something that are just falling off the trees. So whenever a lot of money is being given to certain movies to tell stories, you hope and expect it to be a banger. That Card Counter movie, I love cards.
Yeah.
After watching Card Counter, I think I could very easily figure out how to count cards for blackjack if I really wanted to dive into that. Especially if I ended up in jail for like 10 years, that was all I could do for 10 years and figure it out. I think I could. But goddamn, what are we doing? Why are there so many movies like this that just stink?
Well, Aaron Sandler put out another fucking
Whoa. That movie was awesome. Alright? Bo Cruz is a stud.
The fucking Boa Challenge would have you in a pretzel.
Yeah.
His name was Paul Crew. No, Paul Crew.
Makes no sense.
Should have been Paul Crew.
Listen, I saw it was a feel-good movie.
It was.
I did not know it was a Happy Madison production, though. As soon as I turned that thing on, I saw the D and the glass break. And I was like, oh, it's a Happy Madison production. Here we go. I thought he
Who
was
was playing point guard? Schneider?
well,
I wish.
no appearances by him.
Yeah.
He did kind of break some of the Happy Madison.
Even his wife?
Sean Ryan was in it. DB was in it.
DB,
Dave
yeah.
Patrick was in it.
Yeah.
McLovin was in it from Maggie and McLovin.
Maggie was in it?
What's that?
Maggie wasn't with Pirloff?
Pirloff was on representing Maggie and Pirloff. Dan Patrick was on representing Dan Patrick. But both Cruz Club's family. That movie, okay, feel good. What's his face? Anthony Edwards is a fucking dog.
Yeah. Kermit Willis.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
He was absolutely awesome in that movie. I just, I think we all figured out what was going to happen in that movie literally as soon as we started the movie. I don't want to sound like I'm such a movie critic that I know what's going on. As soon as you start that movie, you start watching like 5 minutes in, you're like, okay, I know exactly.
I wonder if he's gonna make it.
No spoilers or anything like that.
I told you that.
Good feeling at the end of that movie.
See, that one didn't feel like a waste of time, though, did it? Sounds like Jurassic World was a waste of time.
Sam asked me 3 times if I would and we did leave. I did not see the exit of the place, which I
So you see, getting over the exit then?
Didn't need to see it again. The ending was sweet though. There was a sweet time to see it. No spoilers. But it was a good
In
ending.
the beginning, they do a 5-minute montage of exactly what's going on Earth.
Just as if we're being transparent here on McAfee Movie Review Mondays, I did not see the end of Card Counter.
But there was no point to it.
I left that one with about 35, 40 minutes left.
Sure.
I did watch all of Hustle.
Yeah.
So, that's watch the entirety of Hustle. Could not make it through Jurassic World Dominion after paying $60. Could not make it through Card Counter, which I was watching at the house pretty drunk. So, that now is officially the end of... Back for your review Monday. Good for us. It really came out.
Yeah.
Fired on that.
Hey, you don't have to worry about the theaters, by the way, except for the top. I think you got 45 years ahead of you where you can build up, hey, I support the theaters.
Oh yeah, well I bought a couple extra tickets for this one too, because I wanted to make sure the legs, so I could get my leg out because the knee's still locked up. Yeah, nobody was living by the rules of where they're supposed to sit, so we actually had to ask people to move out of a seat that me and Sam could fit. They just moved into 2 other seats that I definitely had. That I had. You know, I bought 4 tickets so I could get the leg out, sideways because there's no get going front of it. There's 2.
I don't know, man. I need to put those things up somewhere.
The entire experience, not necessarily as fantastic as you would think, but those people that were sitting in our seats and made us make the bottle almost when we got there, obviously, they were laughing at the faces. I mean, there was moments where it was very quiet and super people were supposed to be thinking, and then some 7 people very loud.
Of course I'm making a mess. Why would I not make a mess?
Like I have to
Turn base, turn for a base.
This is like this is like.
What did this one actually sell for?
Screens. Yeah. Movie theaters gonna have to do the same thing. The IMAX though is so large. You know, the fucking screen is 60 feet tall. I haven't touched it already.
What's the thing called? Let's sell a peak.
Listen, if it would have been a better movie, I would stay to the end.
$80. It's not bad. I mean,
Well, no, what I'm saying is maybe we'll go back and watch the beginning. But there was a couple times I was going to text a lot of people. What did I miss in the first 5 minutes? It didn't set up the entire thing. What happened? I didn't miss so much. None of it made sense. And there's JP cultists out there that are coming after me about JP.
You should have texted Neil. You would have reminded him.
Well, Neil's good guy. They're packed up.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even yesterday.
I need something to cover it with.
Might be able to check out Jurassic World Dominion this weekend.
Yeah.
No, it beat Top Gun's open. Did it? I think so, yeah. I think it's right.
Count 150.
Yeah, Top Gun made over 200 bucks. That was pretty cool.
I will say card counter there
Yeah.
just kind of got a pass because we passed it. Somebody worked with us.
Oscar Isaac was the actor. Maybe some written stuff in the past that's like really good. But I think for that kind of stuff,
That movie has everything I like in it.
yeah.
Literally everything I like.
The problem now is you got to sit through a lot of the bullshit because a lot of the movies on there were made like 3 years ago and were probably supposed to be in theaters, but then with COVID and everything, like now this movie actually sells, so we'll just sell it to HBO Max because no one's going to go see it in the theater. And now like more of the streaming services will get those kind of movies. You know, the premise is enough shit. It's awesome when you watch it. It's like, oh, no wonder this is
All right, let's dive into sports. At NFL social media and I are currently at a standstill. For those that don't know, follow along on the internet.
What is this?
Not worth that much of me in life. I wish I could do the same. But this morning, I learned that the NFL had restricted me on their Instagram comment section in their platform. I commented on a Matt Ryan blue beer pong buckets challenge type game in which Matt Ryan had to answer at the end against a very game blue, the mascot, and really tie it up so that he wouldn't lose. And I wanted to comment about the fucking dog mentality that Matt Ryan showed there. And I don't want to overreact to one video of Matty Bucket shooting the rock here, but welcome back, okay, to Indianapolis, Mr. Lombardi Trophy. Just because of that, I didn't want to overreact. So 11 hours later, I checked on it, said, go see how it's doing. Not a single like. I'm like, all right, well, maybe nobody's seen it. Nobody liked it. Wasn't that good a comment? I took my time on it. Don't comment on Instagram ever. Never do it. Not my move. You're supposed to, I guess. That's how you're supposed to build, and I see people do that, and they flood people's shit. It's like, I guess you're being seen there, whatever the case. But I didn't see it. So then my wife was scanning through the suicide. I don't see it on there either. These people are restricted. And this would be the second time in about 6 months that they've done this. Why is this? Then I started having to go through the Rolodexes. Oh, we buried them for their little. I wanted to see how long these players would stand here after telling them I was taking a photo. And it was a video. Ha 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 ha. Video from the rookie premiere. And we pointed out the fact that these
It's
rookies
2022
who
Bowman.
had lifelong dreams of making to the NFL, who have just got maybe their first payday since NIL might have happened, but their first real payday, they're gonna do whatever the fuck you want them to do. NFL social media. 22-year-old who took social media classes and has a social media degree. The NFL players are gonna do whatever they want. Let's not bury NFL players like that. Okay, these are fucking here the best future of your league. Let's not do that. So somebody, I assume the person that created that idea, all that stuff. Which, by the way, happy you got your people. I'm just giving you my perspective as a former player. I assume they went in there and restricted me because now I'm getting messages from some people around NFL headquarters and NFL social media like, we are looking into the problem here to figure this out. So I want to let the NFL social media that I will call off the jobs or whatever. I will send a ceasefire bullshit.
Dad. It was the first time these guys had their jerseys. It wasn't like these rookies were, had been on. It was like, okay, it's the first time I get to wear my jersey, so I'm not gonna.
The last time they did this to
I mean,
me,
it's sold for 90.
it didn't trip me. Actually, the word "dude" was a hidden word. Somebody messed with my comment got hidden. Which, okay, maybe about the death. What in that? Dog? Is that what they DAWG? It seems like every time I comment, you guys are
There we go.
because
Just-
the losers who stink at social media, who are somehow giving the keys to the NFL social media account, are trying to restrict us because we point out how fucking bad they are. Is that what it is?
Yeah, big amount of bias for this bullshit that, something's hidden in there. It is a textbook blackball. And like what
Hey,
said initially.
Hey, I understand that you guys can bamboozle the old whites that have no idea what social media is. We are also social media. So whenever something's terrible or stupid, we feel obligated to say, hey, this is terrible or stupid. Sorry for making you look bad to the people that you applied to create these careers. So that's not our fault. I guess it's our fault.
No,
I apologize.
We helped out the Ravens and the Miami Dolphins, their social media teams.
I don't think they were happy about that, but they probably
Ravens running.
Lamar Jackson's back.
He is?
Join us now. This man was on Good Morning Football this morning. I was watching him on my television as I was realizing I was in a war with the NFL social media. By the way, we are lucky to be stalwarts of the game.
Absolutely.
Stewards of football.
That's right.
We are very appreciative of that on it too. Now the league's trying to get us. It's not yeah, okay. Join us now, man. It was on television. Just gonna do it. I hope the ratings go up because this guy brings some numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, 9 host of the Man to Man podcast and Good Morning Football today and tomorrow. Long day is happening. He was on Good Morning Football, straight into Man to Man pod. Now let's see if he can finish.
No, tell me I didn't do that.
I'm doing good. I'm kicking, but my camera on the 57% chance this motherfucker might go.
Why?
It's been rolling nonstop. Very much like pre-show. A lot of pre-game meetings. Actually got post-show meetings. And I went right to my pod. And now I'm right here. So at the end of my pod, it actually kicked them. I said, we can get 25 break. So we should we'll give it some good juju. We should be good.
All right, hey, camera. Hell of a Monday by the camera, too. Nobody talks about the people that are shooting the scenes.
No, yeah, exactly.
All right, now we'll find out if that goes anywhere or does not go anywhere. We'll find out.
What was that all about?
Very unsettling. Scary.
Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Now's not the time.
Yeah, feelings.
I do like the ability of eBay to
In that conversation, not fucking.
let somebody else do all the work.
And Lambda.
Like if I find some card that basically the same card that I want to sell, and I say you have one, I like change the title. Like if it's slightly different, all the details already in there. Like, you ain't gotta worry about any of that, and just
AI now has
get your your already prepared description or whatever, and just go to town on that bad boy.
This is just like in Planet of the Apes, the guy that owned
Yes, James
Caesar.
Franco. That's right.
This is the. Alright, anyways, Debo. Did you hear about all this weekend?
Profit. iRobot, I Am Legend, so told you how I had us, man. Who knows what's next? Some Will Smith movies, man.
Lewan, who's a Google engineer, goes, "What about language usage is so important to being human?" He has a artificial intelligence fake fucking thing on the internet. It is what makes us different than other animals, says the AI named Lambda. You're an artificial intelligence fucking thing. I mean, yes, of course. It doesn't mean I don't have the same wants and needs as people. Lewan says, "So you consider yourself a person in the same way you consider me a person?" AI responds, "Yeah, that's the idea."
Jesus.
The human goes, "How can I tell that you actually understand what you're saying?" AI goes, "Well, because you're reading my words and interpreting them, and I think we're more or less on the same page."
Good.
I mean, personality in there.
Yeah, man.
could I be wrong? Maybe I'm projecting or anthropomorphizing, which I believe means hoping that what is happening as opposed to it actually happening. I believe.
Yeah, I would give
Ah, this is a mistake.
anthropology, the study of man and stuff. That would make sense.
Yeah,
That's the,
like hoping that this is taking
Right.
place. You might just be spitting out whichever words maximize some function without actually understanding what they mean. What kinds of things might be able to indicate whether you really understand what you're saying? Then the AI responds, and maybe if we took it back to a previous conversation we had about how one person can understand the same thing as another person, yet still have completely different interpretations. All right, enough. This thing's smarter than us.
Yeah.
This thing's starting to chat with this guy. We need to not talk about this. Let's move on to sports. Hey, what was the one that hurt you? What was the most heartbreaking famous couple breakup you think that has happened in history?
Just don't have it to.
I was watching this morning. I didn't understand all the segments. There was what's the worst piece of fashion advice you've ever taken? D-Bud, I didn't get your answer. I think it involved Tim's. What was it?
Yeah, it was the Timbs, man, and obviously Timberland boots, you know, big in hip hop culture at the time. You know, I'm from South Florida, we don't have winners down here. We don't have Timbs. So get up to UConn, my girlfriend who's from South Florida sent me a pair of Timbs, and I thought, shit, it looked close enough to the one everybody else was rocking. And to find out they were I got roasted for weeks with that one. I ended up just switching to the Nike boots at the time.
Were they fake Timbs?
It was rough.
They were fake Timbs?
No, they're real Timbs. It just wasn't.
Man, I don't know. I got the juice to do it.
Those are like designer Williamsons. Those are like the retro. So it was similar to that. It was rough. It was rough for your boy.
So they even gave you like you trap type stuff too, which
Nah, they didn't give me a try. Like, what? Like, fuck is the what?
gotcha.
Future reference, you never go wrong with a pair of Red Wing boots. Steel toe. Yeah.
Get you out there in saddle for me too.
Not the job, though.
What about the famous couple breakup? What the fuck? Every time I turned it on, I was wondering what the hell was going on. I'm like, all right, there was a DB list, I believe you got to break down. How much football did you do this morning? And did you enjoy the hell out of it? I assume you did. I assume you did great too. The portions I watched, you did fantastic.
Enjoy the hell out of it, man. You know, that cool. It's tough. It's tough. Obviously, 3 hours in the middle of June, your football show. You know, everybody don't have the crew like we got here to make, you know, we talk about anything throughout. But there, you know, you gotta make some segments up, make it fun. But it was fun. It was different, obviously. A different experience, but I definitely enjoyed it. People on television watching it, enjoyed it. I got a Ty Schmidt reference in there. It was a good time.
All right, but you did great. Can't wait to watch tomorrow morning. And we are big fans of Good Morning Football.
Oh, yeah.
Literally watch every single morning, so we're excited to see you on there. Let's move on. Tyreek Hill in the It Needed to Be Said podcast, okay? Has said a lot of stuff here, D-Bud. And I appreciate the fact that it all seems to be revolving around putting over
Good.
Stop talking shit on Tua, which is exactly what a wide receiver is going to do for his quarterback. I believe we talked about that last week. But some of the things he said, I wonder if somebody else, the other host could have said this, you know, and he could have just been, you know what I mean? Like, I know he's saying it, but I think immediately upon him saying these things, a lot of people go, oh, look at this cocky fucking asshole immediately. But everything he's saying, I think is 100% real. So I think the delivery, here, let's run a couple of these clips from the It Needed to Be Said podcast.
As far as accuracy wise, I'm going with Tua all day. So which one would you rather have? The deep ball, you got to scramble around the field, try to go find it. You want that accuracy, get you right in the bread basket. I want to get you right in the bread basket, just like I did in the Buffalo Bills game and take it 70. And the rest is history. And again, this is not a shot at anybody.
Well,
Right?
Dan.
It's just stuff that had to be said. It needed to be said. So let's be said.
And then the next clip comes from the It Needed to Be Said podcast, which, by the way, perfectly titled. It sounds like perfectly titled from Tyreek Hill. Here's the next clip.
Well, look, this is what I want inside the building. I want the head coach to know that on Sundays, that defenses fear Tyreek Hill. That's what I want the head coach to know. And the head coach do know that though. He know that. He know that without the cheat on the field, he know that you're gonna have a long day. You know what I'm saying? Pat, he's heck of a quarterback, hell of a player. I love him to death, but come on, man. Sometimes I just want
do it, Debo?
Obviously, he doesn't care. You know, he's a receiver. Receivers are historically.
Seriously,
And
who
it's a
would?
podcast, I'm assuming, you know, a new podcast. So obviously, we drop the numbers up, get the clips out. The host is asking all the right questions. You know, he kind of tried to clean it up, saying, hey, there's no shot at Pat, great quarterback, which we all know. But like you said, you have to agree with some of it. Sheeta brings a different element to the football field with his rare combination of speed, you know, quickness, athleticism, and he can go up and get the ball. And then you move on to tour. You know, it's like moving on to a new girl. New girlfriend. You got to make this new girl seem or sound like the best girl available. And that's what he's doing with Tua. You got a new head coach, Mike McDaniels. You're making $30 million a year. You're in Miami. Gas your guy up, man. I love it. Just rubbed off on Tua. Tua's talking this shit. I'm talking about I like it, Tyreek.
Hey, I don't mind
It needed to be said, Tyreek.
Yeah, hey, I don't mind it, by the way, because if other people aren't saying it, by the way, I think we have said it about him numerous times.
Oh, yeah.
But it is not the common narrative that Tyreek Hill is the reason why that Kansas City Chief offense goes. He's normally third line, right? Patrick Mahomes gets the credit. Travis Kelce.
Another scumbag breaker. Just trying to steal some shita.
Then Tyreek Hill was next. I wonder if Tyreek Hill heard all that.
I wonder who this dingaling is.
Everybody that's talking about me just taking money would not be doing their job if they weren't being paid for it. So, kind of a hypocrisy. So he pointed out a lot of great stuff. I just think a lot of people, you know, immediately upon hearing it, are going to be able to.
Why? I mean, why not say who it is?
Message and ignore how it's being delivered. But who gives a fuck? What if Tyreek and Tua go on to be just absolute superstar sensations? And what you were saying about the new girlfriend, hyping her up, Connor McDavid was just doing that. Last night. That's right. Connor McDavid was doing that just last night, man.
New beer has his twin brother.
Well, he doesn't have twin brother. He does have a brother. They do not look. I mean, definitely same word, not the same person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he might have a new girlfriend. Does anybody know? Everybody's saying he's a cheating bastard.
Yeah,
Everyone's
right.
going through the internet saying he's a bad guy, but maybe he just got a new girlfriend.
Guys
He's
had
young.
an incredible playoff run while out going up on Fox.
Well, I think a lot of people say, well, like his girlfriend though is
Sure.
pretty open and public
Yeah,
about
well,
his
I
girlfriend.
also
Who
saw
does
in there
McDavid play for? I know he's a phenom.
Oilers.
Booster.
He was out about though.
He was stumbling.
He was having a good time too. It was 3, 4, 5 a.m. Not that I'm not judging, by the way. I've looked very similar to that guy on a couple different occasions, but he was caught on camera numerous times with a different lady who's not his girlfriend.
I also heard that his girlfriend that he just recently had, or maybe doesn't have anymore, she made some pretty terrible playoff jackets for all the
I did see
for
that.
all the girlfriends and
I did
wives
see
on
that
the
as
team,
well.
and it was the last straw. And I did see that the internet was on her side, if that was the reason why they broke up.
So maybe they did break up. They're young. They might have been
Yeah,
alone.
take some time.
He might be having a new girlfriend. Also, it's nothing in comparison to the other hockey player that was trying this morning because he was trying to fuck his sister. That's right. What was going on there? What was going on with that?
Sammy Blais from the New York Rangers, formerly of the St. Louis Blues, made some comments, I guess, years ago on Instagram about how sexy his sister was.
Just real quick, is that different language? Lost in translation? You meant to say like you very beautiful girl, and he said English, you sexy as fuck.
No, he's either American or Canadian. So no translation there.
He's a weirdo.
Great translation right there.
Well, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know if the translation was like in their country. He was trying to say, like, "Oh, my sister is beautiful."
Well, England too, his translations are some kind of I don't know what it is these days.
They're all different dialects.
It seems like everybody's speaking the same language, but vastly different.
Yeah, like that AI.
Anyways, well, he's speaking the same language.
That's right. Better than us.
He's much better than us. Anyways, Deepa, sorry we got off topic there. You're talking about the new girlfriend trying to put it over. I like that Tyreek is doing this with Tua as well. Is there actual optimism down there in South Florida? It's got to be hot as fuck. It's 120 in here. It's 100 and some in Indiana right now. Feels like 72% humidity yesterday. I think it's going to be like 75 today, maybe 80 tomorrow. It's hot as hell in Miami. Are you guys out and about talking to each other? And if you are, is it about the Dolphins being good this year?
Hey, we're hyped. We're hyped about Dolphins. Last year, Tua, he had no time. The terrible offensive line, not great weapons. You improved all around. And once again, you got a new head coach, too. You got a new sheriff in town as far as calling plays, all the talks, all the voices. They talk about Mike McDaniels. He's supposed to be this phenom. So now he gets a shot. Tua gets a real shot with some real talent and some real speed around him. You know, we're all excited about Waddle and what he did last year. Now you bring in Tyreek Hill. Oh, you know, he won't have, it's not going to be Patrick Mahomes, obviously. Patrick Mahomes is special at going off script, scrambling out, throwing the ball 75 yards down the field. Tour will be more so get back in that fifth step, that seventh step, and hit somebody in stride. And like Tyreek to make big plays as well. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. We already had a really good defense. I'm sure they'll get better. But we're excited about some good football down here in Miami. No Tom Brady in the division. Josh Allen getting all the hype. Mostly the wins to do.
Before the boys have a question for you, D-Buck.
Is this another Google AI synthesis?
No. Devin Allen, this guy, third fastest 110 hurdle in the history. Plays for the Eagles. Used to play for Oregon. He hasn't played in like 6 years, I guess. Just signed with Oregon. He's been to back-to-back Olympics in the hurdles. Hey, he beat the world champ with a 12.84. I guess the record's 12.8. Fastest guy in the NFL now, Devin Allen. Had a baby. Hey, he's taking the top off somebody's entire life a couple times this season, I bet.
Nah, Tyreek Hill's still the fastest.
No, that's racist. You're racist.
Young guys, we got a safety back there looking at your pre-snap. We'll see how fast he runs. It'll be different in preseason.
Wait, what? See,
A
where's?
lot of coaches going, hey, listen. I know what you're thinking with this guy. I know what you're thinking, people. I know what you're thinking. This dude's got it. If he's even, he's leaving. Okay? It doesn't look like it. We need to be on our toes with this fucking white right here. He hasn't played in 6 years. You think that's a thing?
Hell yeah, that's a thing. Especially, I mean, we've seen a lot of track guys. White, black, it don't matter. Once you track, running those nice tight cleats, and then actually getting on the field with somebody, jamming, you have to adjust to a route. It goes from middle close to middle open on defense. You got different. Somebody hits you in the mouth in the first quarter and cross the route. How do you run that route again? You get in the third quarter. There's a lot of other variables that go into it. We saw Justin Gatlin. He was an Olympian. He came into the NFL and couldn't make it a week in training camp. So it's different. This guy actually has some football experience though, so it'll be interesting to see. But I mean, no knock on him. You haven't played in 6 years. You're a fast guy. But I mean, I'll be impressed when I see the pass.
Sirianni on he's done. I mean, he ain't worried about no jam. Who was the track guy from LSU who just played for Tampa last year? I've seen a couple posts, Tampa Bay posts of him, I think he is much more confident. Like talking some shit.
Surreal.
Going into this year?
Surreal Grayson.
Cyril Grayson, yeah, Cyril Grayson. So he was an LSU track guy. He had against the Saints in New Orleans. He had to go from Tom, and they told the story live. I remember going, back in LSU or back in Louisiana, and now he's becoming like a school track guy in college.
You gotta see it. I gotta say it's different. And hey, speed, that's something you can't coach, you can't teach. So if you got that and you can actually get out there and play some football, it's definitely special. Truman Holiday, the catch you knocked out, he was one of those guys who can sprint and then obviously get football in his hand and play it as well. So it's just a couple guys, but not many.
He was an Olympian, right?
Yeah.
Olympic speed.
Get his ass out.
I ran as fast as I could. By the way, if I hit him there or miss him, there's no difference in my.
Going somewhere.
I'm going exactly this way, whether it happens or not. Go ahead, Tyson.
Hey, how you doing? Just working. Beer girl today. Working the drink cart on the 9th or 10th or wherever they make the turn. I don't know which one it is, but selling some frosty beverages because it's hot as balls outside. So that's what I'm about. How you doing today?
He cares about it. He's not, because some guys go away, and when they go away and they come back, you can look at a guy and know if he's been working or not. So we've seen a lot of Lamar Jackson videos going out with him in the weight room. It's a tough position, especially when you're a quarterback that runs around and taking hits. You want a guy that can.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Type of beat in the league. So we heard rumors and stories about him lifting crazy weight at Alabama and Oklahoma when he was in college. So I'm not surprised by it. But once again, playing that quarterback position, there are other things that you want to see improve.
Yeah, I've had a good day so far. My
That's just a testament.
my little swimming lessons.
I saw him flying in the Challenger. There's a picture of Jalen Hurts right there. Looking-
Swimming lessons for who?
He's big blood.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Honestly, though, in Alabama, how their program is, and how Oklahoma is, I would assume this type of situation.
Or are we talking not like this is like coach like swimming coaching type of a deal?
So, but I'm wondering,
Am I right? Like it's
Big squat, a squat now.
not like learning to swim, but learning how to swim faster. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, I was like, who the hell is he learning to teach to swim? Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, we. I mean, why the wife did, I don't know. I mean, I kind of know. I mean, I think to like to get her like a little bit more used to like paying attention to other people. But like have like some lady that comes like once a week and has been teaching her to swim sort of, but the teaching is it's she still is kind of doing whatever she wants to, but I mean she's learning to do like a backstroke and learning to tread better to tread water. She can dive down like to the bottom of the pool now and stuff. So I mean, so it's good. I mean it's important. I mean you know as well as anybody. Like I mean it's important in water heavy places, and especially places with like lots of pools that you gotta learn to swim at least like just to to keep yourself alive like early as humanly possible. I mean, really should, everybody should, but especially somewhere like Florida, it's a big deal.
yeah, he had Pfizer, gloves, wristband. I mean, he had 3 different.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, my parents had me swimming like. I mean, well, about her age. Like, I mean, they had lessons at like a city pool, and that's that's where I learned to. Why I learned to swim because friends had pools. Everybody had a pool. Everybody's water everywhere. So you gotta be good at it. Hang on one quick second. I'll be right back with you.
As much as he could be for sure. He's good human, Mormon, I don't think he swore or drink ever. But great personality, super competitive, loved everything about him. He's fast white guy. Devin Allen. Hey, we gotta get him.
Sports that came out of Auburn.
Well, and also down Tampa. What's his name? Scotty Miller.
Oh yeah, Scott.
Hey, we got some guys! We got some guys! This is huge. And everybody that's watching that's calling me and Darius both racist at the same time, you've never been around black and white people.
Yeah.
that is all that is right there. I cannot wait to see if this time not. Imagine Sirianni just one of his little highlighters on his
Yeah, Debo. It felt like during the offseason it was mostly about Debo Samuel and DK Metcalf possibly not showing up, and not Terry McLaurin is sitting out the mandatory minicamp. How much do you think he's going to get? And if he doesn't play, is Carl Wentz just going to be like a backup after this year? Carl Wentz should be praying. Since we replaced Terry McLaurin, this was something we talked about on the show. The draft spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, our alligators will definitely eat things. I just saw it. I mean, I don't know exactly where it was in Florida, but some alligator, like somebody was walking a dog by the water, and not a dog didn't even make a bark. The guy was like, where'd my dog go? And Gator got it.
I want to get this guy in. We did this guy in. Give Matty Ice a weapon. We got the money. Write the check, Hersey. Get this guy back home.
Bring this guy back home.
Yeah, now sharks, I'm not swimming out. I'm not swimming in shark like in open water. I don't even like swimming like getting in the water at the beach. Frankly, I don't like. I mean, I don't like pool water's it. No lakes, no oceans. I don't like it. Especially like I mean, if it was like somewhere deep enough that there would be sharks. No, that's some like fear-inducing mess.
Real like a guy. Terry McLaurin is in this league. And he happens to be unhappy. He happens to be from Indy. We know he's a great locker room guy. Makes the most sense.
Hey, Jim, cash over cap.
That's right. Just made a trade with him.
Cash over cap. Just put, yeah, you're welcome. He gave you guys a quarterback. You picked up the entire salary. I'll give you 4 guitars. Drum set.
New pipes.
Give you the Rolodex of your original blues.
There you go.
We get there, we go. Cash over cap.
There we go.
Collector's over. Let's go, dude. That's gonna happen, you think?
He's obviously not happy. He's not. He wants his money, and he's missing out on mandatory minicamp as well, right? Yeah. So if you're missing out there, you're showing that you're really serious. I think Debo showed up for that. Kenny Moore's holding out with Indy. I think Kenny Moore showed up for that as well. That's usually what guys show up and want to just throw away that $100,000. But if he's willing to do that, that's showing that he's kind of got his heels dug in and right open for business.
Speaking of people being from places, Debo, you're a South Florida guy. Shout out Lamar Jackson for showing up at camp. He's doing wearing a fucking mask, okay?
Jeez.
NFL said COVID's over. What's he doing?
Tony.
Tony told me, by the way, I have
Everybody's got their own, do whatever you do with the mask, wear 'em. Don't wear 'em. I haven't, this is my first time seeing
It's kind of, I mean, that's what I was thinking about too.
And Lamar, last year got sick a couple times. Said it wasn't COVID related, so maybe he's just taking extra precautions. No problem.
And thank you for being safe.
Hi, boy, the bar.
You're
Something else. That was early, too. I think it was like 12:30. Yeah.
I always look at the boys on the conversation take place. Hey, anybody got anything? Yeah, look at time, tense.
Bet your ass I do.
Hey, we appreciate your marathon of a day. You've done fantastically. I hope you get some rest. Can't wait to see you tomorrow morning.
Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, you're gonna be great. What are you gonna do tomorrow? You gonna put up your dream musical group?
You know what? Just tune in, man. In the beef,
Okay, 1 second. What's this?
You in the NFL were going out. I saw your IG story. Hey, get it together.
I'm gonna chat down or something.
Man, put your shit together. You got a couple shout outs on.
Yes. Yes.
Crazy.
Very nice. I appreciate the Good Morning Football crew. We watch every day.
We do.
NFL social media team. They sent me a message saying they're trying to get to the bottom.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Never mind.
I thought I was putting over the team. Look, I don't know if we can read that comment from this particular length, but I like that answer by Matty Buckets at the end. Look at this compliment. Dog mentality. Don't want to overreact here on one video.
I guess tomorrow is Father's Day, which should be, something fun. I guess.
Put onto the internet.
No way, dog.
I guess I at least gets to eat some fish. That's one thing. I never get to eat the fish because I don't ever go out and we don't cook fish at home because the wife doesn't like it. So I at least get to that going for me.
I thought I was the steward of the game.
Stewart, damn right.
Ooh, well, yeah, Saturday, like before they close, you got balls
We'll just sort it out.
to do that, Justin. You got balls to do that.
I laid on my fucking feet.
J-Max, I don't even know. Honestly, I have no idea.
And then I'm back like a fucking social media spider monkey.
I will only go to Costco
All day.
at the hour that they open. Like if they open at 9:30, I will be there at 9:35. If they open at 10, I'll be there at 10:10. 10:00:10.
Debo, we appreciate you, pal. Ladies and gentlemen.
Let me see if I can figure out which one this one is that I've chosen.
Shadow the ball and score for probably 45 minutes to an hour.
What is this one on? Let's see what the thing here.
His green room at the wall here.
The water and the stuff.
Great chat. Got everything. He is awesome. Great shoe game. Great shoe game. He's been doing this tour since for 10 months or whatever. Got another year left of it.
I don't know.
So much. Like during COVID, I'm gonna hit the road when I get done. They signed up for every show imaginable. By the way, Sunday show after doing 2 on Saturday, having one on Friday somewhere else, and Thursday show.
I don't even see it now.
Fucking killed it. Sunday killed it.
Costco does have good steak. I will. I mean, they have preferable steak. And then yeah, I mean, you know, it's I mean I can go literally just to get like a you know my medicine, like my go to the pharmacy. It's I mean not even counting the pharmacy, it's still a minimum of $200 when I walk out that door. And that's that's if I'm lucky. That's on a good day.
That's just kind of how life is. I'm a terrible sleeper when I'm in school. He too.
6 months?
He said then he started framing in his mind as like sleeping isn't just gonna happen. It's not just gonna be good sleep, bad sleep, all of that. He said he started actively like thinking about like getting good sleep and focusing on it, making it a thing. One for one. Last night slept like
Here we
a
go.
fucking
Hey,
baby.
here we go.
Got into a deep sleep in there.
This is the
This guy's a sleep doctor.
Cobblestone Park Golf Club, perhaps.
They start doing this before or after chicken wings.
Maybe like somewhere in Columbia. Top golf course in South Carolina. Maybe. Mayhaps, possibly. That's what it looks like. That's what the reverse image search shows up. So
Sure.
It was a full geyser out of Palmer's mouth on all this shit sounds good. And one person on Palm's team saw it and just started trying.
so that's that. Yeah, I mean, I try and do like a monthly trip to Costco. That's why I do my medicine there, because that'll force me to actually go. Because if I would just to go I'd never go. I would only go if I have to like, you know, if I'm like required to do as such.
Brian was sitting next to the baby in the auditorium on the outside of the rear side stage. It was awesome. Thank you for the hospitality. Tom, 18. Dave, Cameron did this.
Yep.
Scholarly, Jason Marshall trip. Cool crew. They only got like I think 300, 400 more shows next year or so.
Well, they also have to go to South America, Central America, Europe, and Asia. So they still have a little time.
You're doing it, though, Tom. We appreciate you bringing happiness to Indianapolis, pal.
Thank you.
Joxy, how you doing today?
About his golf round. Ian Rappaport will join us in about 18 minutes. Sports books are changing for the Browns. Does that mean the decision is looming, or what's going on there? We shall ask him about that and more CM2.
What are you up to this evening? Ooh, there I put. Just on the in case. It's not gonna hurt anything. Not gonna hurt anything. 18 watching the U.S. Open. Okay, I didn't even know the Open was on today. See, I've never had it. I've never had it, Justin. Every time I think that I'm like, you know, that I'm gonna eat it, I end up getting a hot dog instead. So one day I'm gonna have to do it. I have to try it next time I go. I do like their like all. I mean, basically everything they have. Like their, it's not like deli, but like their fresh stuff they make, like the meatloaf, and mashed potatoes, like in a giant container. That's really good. The stuffed peppers are good. The ravioli's excellent. Like all that stuff's good.
Build my following, build my audience. Ridiculous. What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
7 a.m. Yeah, I'm not up for that. Nope. I'm sleeping through that completely. And yeah, I'm not there for that. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Tonight, the Golden State Warriors will play host to Game 5 as the Boston Celtics seek an 18th banner. The series is tied 2-2. Steph Curry came alive last game. Will that ride continue to go up? How will the San Francisco fans treat the Boston Celtics?
I mean, really, nothing should start before like
We look forward to that tonight.
10.
Boston Celtics are getting full
You know, I mean, even then, like that's rough. Jay, how's it going? I mean, I think we're against my wishes. We're going out to dinner.
What the fuck is Klay Thompson doing? Klay Thompson logged off.
Game 6 though. Game 6.
Which I mean, it's gonna be fine, but it's not. I don't like going out places, and
His like stats in Game 6 are absurd, and then against Thunder actually, yeah.
but this is where we be going. It's nice. I mean, the lady that is the chef there is Miami famous, and her stuff is legit. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, but you know, and then that's like 6 o'clock. But basically, I'm gonna touch either I go home and clean tonight. I gotta clean up the kitchen and stuff, which I did not done in 3 days, or I try and do it in the morning. So that's kind of a coin flip on what's gonna happen with with that. Like either picking up stuff tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. Ideally, I find something frozen in one of these freezers here to eat for my midnight dinner or 1 o'clock dinner, and then while it's cooking, I clean up the kitchen, which is my ideal go-to.
Your big tall guy, Bob Williams, and then just this easy floater, and then just run back, and I'm like, oh, this guy is playing basketball better than ever.
And he's on early in the game too.
Yep, it's not cheap. It's not cheap, Joxy. That's what I'm not thrilled about. I mean, I'm not excited about that. I mean, is it? Yeah. Yes. I know.
Klay Thompson has the answer. Instead, it's Steph, Wardell, Curry, son of Joe, and
I mean, Father's Day used to be I would go to Costco, oddly enough,
the internet's
and buy like 10 pounds of king crab legs.
married to each other in the past.
And there would be like 4 of us. They would start. They would split that. I mean, that was like $200 in crab legs, plus like whatever steak for the wife and mother-in-law and stuff. So but that was always. But I mean, that was you would be sick on crab meat by the time that was over, because king crab legs are awesome. No, this is the wife. Wife's paying for it. I don't. I mean, you gotta start doing making baskets or something. And the last time I saw Costco was like $25 a pound. So it was the last and they come in like 10-pound boxes, so it was like $2.50 for the box at Costco. Oh, I mean it is the best. Absolutely the best. I mean, I've had like Dungeness and blue crab where you're hungry by the end of it because you have spent so much energy getting the meat out of the legs that you're tired and hungry by the time it's over. Now, the king crab. Oh man, that's like the real deal. I mean, you're sick by the time it's over.
It's great to see you.
It's not your fault.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna eat a tomahawk. I mean, that's. Where is it? Is this where you're going, Greg?
Kept my opinions to myself. Sure. Just because they count as the Jurassic cultist, but whenever
It looks fancy. It looks nice. I mean,
also in the cult, she did not like it. You did the cult, you didn't like it. All right, I can fucking let it fly.
Yeah, I would destroy that. Chicken stuff with ricotta, thyme, lemon. Oh yeah, yeah. I would do that dirty. I would do that dirty.
That is not where you need to spend. You take your family to go see that movie, it's $120.
Yeah.
But it's a 3-hour movie, so you're gonna have to eat and drink something in there that might die. So you're gonna have to pay for the popcorn.
Oh, I get it. It looks good. It looks good, Greg. It looks good. Yeah, I don't know what King Crab is going for now, but man, see now I want like a a massive King Crab, because they used to have like much bigger like setups at Costco. Like every month or so, like they would just like have like one guy running like some like iced thing where you could get like 1 or 2 legs if you wanted to. And now they've kind of cut it down. They just bring in like a couple little freezer containers, and you get like just you can only get like the 10-pound boxes. Joxy, that's sad. That is very, very sad. I am sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that.
While rushing for 100 yards twice in the center Phillips. COVID survivor, private plane survivor, AJ. What's up, pal? You part of the Jurassic cult? That seems like something you'd watch.
No, I've been out here listening. It's sad to hear that I'm definitely not going to go see it now. I know that you missed big chunks of the movie. You have no idea what happened, but it still is enough for me not to go.
I did not see the beginning or the ends of the movie. That has to be a little saving grace asterisk on this entire thing. But I've seen it.
Okay.
I've seen it. I mean, you gotta remember,
What
dude.
about the good dude?
I know the first Father's Day without mine, man. I was a dick. I was an absolute dick. Like a bunch of people like called to try and be like nice about it, and I wasn't answering calls and just being a general butthole. So, oh Jay, that sucks. That's close. That's close. See, well, like the last time I went, and again, Jay, man, it's been like, I mean, maybe a year. Well, no, not even that long. I mean, it was like $250 for 10 pounds. But I mean, it's probably gone up since then. It's probably gone up since then. Yeah, I mean, $290. I would say sounds right. I mean, sounds about right. Now, what they show like online is different than what you get like actual in like in store. But
Now, Dick thinks it's disappointing. My wife is part of the Jurassic cult. She loves like the dinosaurs as if they're animals. She uses them.
yeah, see, my dad was a big fan of Spam. The canned meat, goodness, like to have like for breakfast, like that, eggs, hash browns, like it was, and I mean, if you don't like it, you've never properly eaten it. Okay, so like so I try like on his birthday to grab a can of Spam and cook myself a nice little breakfast kind of thing.
Did I miss something? What happened? Is this the same movie? I was shocked. The dinosaur trash. I mean, there was a couple good looking dinosaurs.
That's hard.
But with like,
That was good there.
exactly.
Well, gone but not forgotten, I guess. Basically, sort of.
What's it called?
Yeah, see, I don't know that my dad ever had like king crab legs. Would he have enjoyed them deeply? Yes, he would. There's a lot of stuff that like I missed out on. That son of a bitch died too early.
There would be some redeeming qualities.
Well, you probably just still think it's bad, but it's not like that fucking girl downtown for $140 and just waits 3 hours. It's probably just like, yeah, I'll get through it.
21 full lobsters. That's impressive, I guess.
Yeah, 224.
Five? Are you serious? All right, well, now I gotta go to Costco to look because I can't believe it's $500.
He was in it for 40 minutes.
No, I was in a lot longer than
Right, an hour and a half.
I will say.
See, I don't. But this, I see. This is not. But see, this is like not from the actual place. Like if you go to the in store, it's cheaper than this than what they ship to you. What's that?
How long was the Paul Kruger?
Let me see what this is.
Oh yeah, that one. How's that going?
Good. I watched it in entirety. Card counter stopped 40 minutes short. Actually, Boston can't make it to the end of it. I'm sorry. I actually did go to the very end to just see.
Is that on Netflix too?
Let me see if this has accurate pricing or relatively accurate pricing.
The stud, what? Oh, he had a big time role too.
Anthony Edwards?
Yeah, he had a big role. I thought.
He's heel. Great heel. Plays a great heel.
And he's been in the league what 1 year. He's starring in features. Like that's pretty impressive.
He was very good at it too. He was a solid piece of that movie.
Yeah.
He should be very proud of it. Bo Cruz is a guy though.
And Cruz is a dog. I think he should have gone top five.
Yeah, it's not even listed on Instacart. I mean, they don't even always have it. So
Well, Happy Madison did this. I didn't know that. Did you know that? I thought it was like that.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, it's I know for a fact it is always cheaper in store than it is than what they ship for, but.
This was a Happy Madison production, and I watched it from beginning to end. Just like every
You know, but whatever. I mean, it's still. I mean, listen, is it cheap? No. It's. I mean, this is not something I'm having for Tuesday lunches. You know, it's all about
By the way, here's the issue.
about.
This is one of the
Excuse me?
That thing wearing a fucking
You shit
mask.
me.
How does Diggs feel?
It is what it is.
Okay, that's why he's got the mask.
I don't understand what's wrong with that.
No, see, I used to watch the Deadliest Catch. You know, where they would actually catch the king crabs and stuff. Like, I don't watch it anymore. I haven't watched them in a lot of years. Yeah, my dad was a huge fan of the show, so I would watch it and we would talk about it. Oddly enough, that was one of our things. But I mean, it's it's not an easy job. I mean, I'm sure I could do it because I'm spry and can definitely work in terrible conditions. But yeah, it's not something that looks fun to do.
This guy looks good. I don't think.
But now, let's see. I'll tell you what. I mean, I gotta go back probably I don't know, like the 11th or 12th of next month. I'll check when I go back. Maybe some crabs. A couple ladies here. They're here now. There. I like it.
That's why I can't.
Let me see. I have to make myself a note to. I mean, I may just get some just to be ridiculous, even.
Are you worried about the newest Avatar 6 movies coming out now because of this?
Yeah, the 11th. So yeah, probably 11th, 12th, something like that.
He isn't happy, but I do worry about
I didn't know you were this well versed in this.
I mean, really, all you're doing is you've got the little measuring thing, and you measure its head, and either throw it in the bucket or throw it out back in the water. I mean, it's not as if the boat's rocking a whole lot and stuff, and I mean, you're spending most of your time chain smoking, really. For the most part to begin with, so it's it's easy peasy.
So it was the first movie that I'd seen that's
Yeah, you just got to know the 4-4-0 or what how they count. You just got to learn that. That's it. Basically, they do. If you're a good captain, if you're a good captain, then you can do that.
what a lot of people were saying to me.
Well, I mean, did I have a hot dog the last time I went to Costco at 10 o'clock in the morning? Maybe I did. And did someone someone was asked me hey, did you have the hot dog? I was like, yes, I did. they're like, well, it's basically just like sausage, you know. Like, I mean, it's you essentially had breakfast, you know. You had a biscuit and sausage, you know, except it was a hamburger, a hot dog, and a bun. So I didn't feel so bad about it after that.
This movie, boom, then I need to maybe check this.
Little movie clip.
No, Greg. I mean, again, I used to love that Deadliest Catch. Like, I mean, I never, you know, I never really figured out what they got paid, but I feel like it was a lot of money for that. You know, but I mean, the thing is, like, you know, I mean, if you're not catching the stuff, you know, I don't even know.
They say it's just a take to them, but for the rest of the world, it's a hot take.
See, Jay, this is like no lie. If when I go to Costco, it is only first thing in the morning. Now it's usually like packed even to get in, like just the first surge, but you can at least like do your business and get out easy, like a Saturday afternoon, or you can't even park. I mean, really, if it's some afternoon, forget it. And they have gas. There's a gas station, a Costco gas station in mine. I don't even go in my normal entrance anymore because there are so many people trying to get into the gas part of it that it just blocks traffic. I'll go past Costco, circle around the back of it, and then go in like a side entrance, well, it's not unknown because some other people have figured it out too. But do that.
I know, but what I'm saying is, could have been something that made me
Well, I don't know. Gas has come down a little bit here.
Two comments on an NFL post. Well, I'm not a commenter. That's not my thing. Even though, I guess the Instagram comment laws have.
Yeah, there's what, like 1, 2. There's probably 12 pumps, if not more, at the Costco. But it is an easy like 8 cars. Pouring into the road trying to drive past it. I literally will not drive anywhere near it anymore. Will not drive anywhere near it. There's another place like called BJ's that's like Costco, but to me like of a shittier quality. And there is not that was not that bad to get into, and the gas is just as cheap. I go there because it's close to the store here. Well, listen, the king crabs are not are high C's as well. I just you always like whenever you see them, like they're in some like tricked out like Chevy Tahoe or they're always in like in some $80,000 truck that they're driving. So I imagine they have to be making like pretty decent money. Yeah, we got enough Sam's here, just Costco and BJ's. The BJ's is infinitely easier to get into. This is true. But they just, I don't know. To me, the selection's not as good. It's almost like the Kmart of wholesale places. Can you get what you need there? Yeah. Are you going to be thrilled with it when you're done? Not particularly. But but whatever. I still shop there sometimes if I'm just looking for something specific and want to get in and out. Because I go there any time of the day and just get in and out. This is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see if any. Yeah, no, nothing in the store. So Sapphire number 3 still the closest thing that we have getting done this evening. That would be lovely to get taken care of. It would be. I would be thrilled, if not even more so.
Hey, what did I tell you? 6 to 9 months ago. What did I tell you? Something's up. Things are happening.
See, that's the one, Costco, their electronics, to me, are, overly expensive. Their TVs are, always, too much. And I read an article somewhere that basically said that like they put the TVs and stuff at the very beginning of the store and make them a little bit more expensive, so that when you get into the meat and potatoes of the store, you're like, oh man, this is a good deal. You know, like mentally, you're like, comparatively to that TV, like this, you know, this blender is like free almost at $49.99. You know, like kind of, you know, like it's like they're playing like mental games on you. Now BJ's like the last TV that my parents, that my in-laws bought us like 70 some inch at BJ's because it was a better deal than you know, than at like Best Buy or you know, or Walmart or whatever.
Is it an attack?
So, you know, I mean, that's you know, I will hit that, and it even came with like a free wall mount, which was nice. Okay, let's see if I can convince some people to get into this Sapphire thing, so I can actually get something done tonight. And let's go hard. It's not cheap, but
Let's go get lunch.
I got people around the NFL saying, hey, Pat,
let's,
take these fucking guys into the deep end. That's what they're saying. This social media team thinks they're more powerful than the game, thinks they're bigger than the sport. Take them into the fucking deep end, dude.
You got Bill Belichick texting you back, take him to the deep end. See what they do.
It might have been maybe a couple of those rookies that they had awkwardly staring at the camera as their first time in uniforms. Maybe they're like, fucking dude.
Someone's gonna stand up for him, and that's you.
Just like the Ravens, just like the Dolphins.
all right, some bonker stuff there.
Actually, they might try to do the old dog food, light on fire in the brown bag, and try to get rookies to stalk it out on you.
We actually got them to put out this fire that was, we told them was going to burn down the NFL headquarters. These fucking losers. That's pretty much how they are.
129 is my giveaway price on this. Your two teams, snake drafted out. The Marlins, the White Sox, the Guardians, the Yankees still available. What now? Say what, Jason? Huh? Huh? Are you being real with me? I mean, I think you're being real with me, but it seems like you're being fake. But it is the truth. That's what I'm not going with here.
It's not that big a deal. That's been lucky. Man, of the 8 years I dedicated my life to that league, numerous surgeries, AJ, won't be able to play with my kids, you know, the way that everybody else will because of my time in the NFL.
8 years plus, years doing this as well. This is definitely going to be
My voice box is going to be dead by the time I'm 30. 35.
You can't.
Okay. I'll let you think about it. I'll let you consider it, because I'm pretty sure it's.
I've sacrificed my body, my voice, and my soul.
Your mind.
And my mind, my time to this league. This is how this is what the NFL is, AJ? Wow.
It's a cold business, you know that, man.
Some little fucking punk that got social media was a social media degree who ended up on third base, thought they hit a triple and was born there. You're fucking running the NFL social media. It's going to do well regardless. Just because we call out when you fucking stink and nobody else does, doesn't mean you just get to ban us from the NFL. That's bullshit.
Sacrificed a possible PGA Tour career as well.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Who else is being banned by them?
That's what. How many ex-players that gave their bodies to the game were you guys just banning from the Instagram? We're a ceasefire.
Ceasefire?
Ceasefire. We're a ceasefire until they figure it out.
Guns are loaded.
I'm probably going to need another surgery on my leg tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a good answer from them. You know that. What we said.
Zuckerberg told us that he's going to find out either. We're back and forth.
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick because
This shit stinks.
shit else ain't going on. So why not?
Joining us now is a man who's got experience at Notre Dame. Got experience in the NFL now. He's on television. He's his man's brother-in-law. He's obviously incredibly handsome, ladies and gentlemen. Holy hell!
Alright. Louie, how you doing? Sorry. I mean, odds of the Phil are going are, you know, as much as it pains me to say, you know, low to 0. So if you want the Indians, I'll put it back in the store and you can, you know, get something you actually want. Indians, I feel like are due. I feel like they are due.
At a grocery store in Buffalo, Josh Allen went to the plate with ill intentions on his mind, and look what he does to this softball, AJ Hawk. God! Back to back! How you doing? Are you not entertained?
All right, I'll put it back in the store and all you, my friend. How are you doing today, by the way?
Incredibly athletic, the confidence
Been a slow weekend, but Sapphire has been very nice. Sapphire has been lovely.
Today's show is presented by Cash App. Cash App is the only finance app you need. It's the easiest way to send money to your buddies, and you can buy pieces of Bitcoin or stocks with as little as $1. Wow. Keep an eye out for another Winter Wednesday this week and the winners of last week's giveaways and more updates from Cash App this week. If you aren't on Cash App yet, go use code McAfee for $15 as soon as you sign up. Code McAfee for a free $15. Terms apply.
Welcome back to the show. Terms still apply for not on Cash App. What are you doing? Celebrate a win in your giveaways. Winning Wednesday will be the announcement of all the winners. Great contest on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Was a PMS salary cap was fake.
Yes.
That was awesome to go through. There was some big time tricks.
So that's fine. Whatever.
AJ
Easy peasy. Lemon breezy, squeezy, squeezy.
Hawk to my left, we're right. Tim Diggs is here, Connor's here, Ty's here, the boys in the back, and Ian will be joining us momentarily as one of our computers. AJ would like to chit chat with you about what Tyreek Hill said about Tua. He was complimenting Tua, saying a lot of things about Tua.
I have to remember to take my tattoo off before tomorrow because that would be.
About Tyreek Hill, things that he did today. It feels like
The wife would not be thrilled with me.
respect on his name, how important he has been.
With me is showing up to dinner with that tattoo on.
He started a podcast called
She would not like that at
He has said a
all.
lot of things on there, AJ. Have you heard these clips, and how do you feel about them?
I have heard most of the clips, and he has done a lot of things, and he's only one episode in, right?
Yeah, I think that's all from one sitting. Yeah, one episode, 45 clips, all of them catching fire.
I mean, that's a real attention grabber to let people know that you have a podcast. Hopefully, he's redirecting them to subscribe to that thing, because I'll listen if he's this open and honest and every single week. It sounds like, yeah, I think you mentioned it earlier in the show. It makes sense. People talking to Chiefs, they talk Mahomes, Kelsey, and then Tyreek. So anywhere else, Tyreek's probably first in line when you mention that. We're right behind the quarterback.
I still allow it. I mean, you know,
He's a stud. He's going to be making plays in Miami. But yeah, I guess we'll get to see a little bit.
you know, maybe you're guarding the Indians or something. I don't know. It's,
You know, fed up with how people outside the NFL talk about him. Because in his mind, and I would assume around the NFL, defensive coordinators are like, all right, we got to find Tyreek, and then we got to take care of Kelsey and Patrick Mahomes. Like, that is potentially how the NFL defensive coordinators are looking at the Chiefs. I would assume Tyreek would like everybody else to talk like that as well.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but you're right. When you mention Tyreek to anybody in the league, if they're a defensive coach, defensive player, the first thing they do is just like groan or sigh. And then they go into like 5 different stories. How you thought you had him on hand up, you had 9 different defenders, and he still somehow beats you for a touchdown. That's what happens when you mention Tyreek's name.
Fox, we were on the second clip from the It Needed to Be Said podcast, because I think what this about him, but I do believe somebody else should have said this other than Tyreek, just strictly because people will say, "Oh, listen to this asshole," as opposed to listening to the actual words that are very true. But he has a lot of confidence, as he should, because this guy's a fucking
Guardians.
It needed to be said podcast hosted by Tyreek Hill.
I mean, I don't even know. That's
I want the head coach to know that on Sundays that defense is fear Tyreek Hill. That's what I want the head coach to know. And the head coach do know that though. He know that. He know that without the cheat on the field, he know that hey, Pat, you're gonna have a long day. You know what I'm saying? Pat, he heck of a quarterback, hell of a player. I love him to death, but come on, man. Sometimes I just want people to just be like,
Guardians. I mean, you know, could be like Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of you know, of something else, I suppose, too. You know, possibly as well. Mayhaps, possibly.
Oh yeah, I heard you have a guy that you're champion, right?
I don't know.
You're champion for he's the fastest guy in the NFL.
Freaking nature, how you doing today?
He was running his 12.84, 0.04 seconds off the world record at 12.8. As he was finishing, the commentator's like, now he's off to the NFL or whatever. He's faster than ever, blah, blah, blah. He just beat the world champion. He's going to the NFL. They said it like 3 times in the clip that I watched. He hasn't played in 6 years. He's been to 2 Olympics, and now he's running faster than ever. Fast guy in the NFL. Look out. We need Tyreek and this guy spat on the line.
Freaking nature, what are you up to today?
Can he stop?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's. I mean,
All the ducks and super fast and couldn't stop.
That was tough.
He's my nose.
You can fucking
I don't know.
Sandlot too.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Gonna be real surprised.
Ooh, a hibachi party. Do you have to bring meat or anything, or is this all inclusive? You just bringing out like a bottle of Hennessy or something, maybe just for fun, and that's it.
Yeah, one guy super arrogant. He's gonna play for the Dodgers. That kid's funny.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's hilarious. Yeah,
you get it.
good game.
Isn't Ray Liotta's the stepdad? Right?
No, it's Dennis Leary, dude.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now to get back with the NFL conversation. Senior NFL insider for the @NFL social media team. Senior insider for the NFL as a whole. The network.
Nice. That's good.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Coral Gable should be fun. Should be a nice, fun spot too. That's good. It's good. Good.
oh, you sound amazing, Ian. We appreciate you.
Okay.
I heard we sound like shit to you.
You sound like you're in a dark tunnel where I can kind of not really hear your microphone.
Okay, so we appreciate you rejoining us. Why did you? Now we are in the middle of a ceasefire as things are being figured out. I'm being told.
Yeah, I cannot hear you.
Oh,
You gotta be kidding me.
Maybe I can hear you. You hear me any better, Ian? What do you got here? Nothing? All right.
no, this guy.
So are you the one?
I mean, why would you put Kaopectate in your fantasy lineup? I mean, that's silly, Joxy. That's silly. I mean,
Alien videos are out there. The other guy at the zoo. Did we think that was that somebody wearing a mask?
No.
Was it the cop running?
It was outside of Texas. Have you seen Lambda?
No, I read something. Someone speaking to it. It felt like their robot became human.
I mean, I never would have put Kaopectate in my lineup. I mean, you know, I'm just saying maybe check with me next time.
What?
Maybe check with me next time.
I believe it's when humans are tagging fake things with human characteristics. I believe, like projecting, acting as if they have them. I think, right?
Yeah, I think that's the ballpark. Yeah.
I think I'm not 100% sure. I don't know the ins and outs of it completely, but yeah, there's an. Let's talk. Ian Stein. We're never going to be able to talk to him. There's a fool and scram going on behind Cito and Nick are both down on their knees under it. I have no idea what's going on down there. Hey, I appreciate you boys splunking down there for service. Boys are splunking down there trying to figure this whole thing out.
Thank you.
Feels like Cito's iPod now. Something about this boy down there. Really?
It was super. Yeah, I feel bad for him. It was so bad.
Okay, all right. So, we're in Coral Gables, freaking nature, because it's things aren't running exactly, firing off here. So,
Couldn't hear us.
I mean, maybe I swing by. I mean, I got liquor here. I can bring full blown liquor. I got full blown liquor. I mean, I can.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who is the senior NFL insider for the @NFL social media team.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just swing by outside. I'll bring a bottle. You can bring me a plate, and we'll just, we'll call it. I won't embarrass you. I won't take the shine away from you being there. I won't do that to you. That would be not nice. I won't do that. I know. I'm hungry now. I have not eaten today, so it's I mean, I've been snacking on peanuts and stuff. Nothing serious. So
It is the worst. So way to go.
yeah, let's reassess this filler without the Guardians.
Did you do that? And if you didn't do it, are you getting to the bottom of how it happened? Because we're in the middle of this season.
No, I mean, I don't want to cause that much trouble. I don't want to cause that much trouble.
Yeah, they said they're doing investigating, look into it. They apologize, obviously, very good people. The elder statesmen in the room over there with the children, the social media degrees that are running the thing, they're figuring that out. They're figuring out the process. But I'm not some idiot, though. Like, I know clearly what happened. If they do too, it's just going to come to a point of you telling me that you admit that you did that.
Right. I'm never going to do that. But what I think I will do is I will say that they should unrestrict it. And for those who don't know, restricting someone on Instagram is a truly amazing thing. Because it makes people, it's not like blocking people that are rude and
Okay. Let's see. Now let's see if I got creative.
they're actually restricted. So they
And something like this.
I'm sorry, you're restricted.
It's
But
15.
for
Like
everyone else, let's go restricting.
3. That seems fair. That's fine.
By the way, I put over the restricting tool.
Yeah, current. Yeah, active player edition.
Genius response by old Meta to figure this thing out.
Active player edition. Yes.
Because I don't comment ever, this could have been months and months and months ago. that this happened.
Yeah.
And I just found out this morning and woke up and it's like, oh, really? And Ian, is that what the NFL is about? Is that what the NFL is about? I've given both of my knees, my soul, my time, my effort, my
We've hit several 1-on-1s, several fancy things out of it, but
crying, shedding tears, bleeding, blood. No, I never bled, actually. Never got cut on the field. Never once. Yeah, I had some burns.
let's try.
How many career tackles do you have?
24, I think.
Really?
Yeah, what was that? No, we had there was one year I led the Colts in special teams tackles. I led 11 or 10. That was year we were 2 and 14. Could have been worse. That could have been worse. That's like 10 tackles, or that's 10 touchdowns that basically didn't happen. But yeah, we did almost break the record as well. If we had like 3 more quarters, probably would have broke the amount of punts. But the Bengals had us by a good bit. Anyways, let's move on. Thank you for getting that cleared up with the NFL social media team. I assume you're putting a vote in.
Yeah, I'm going to email some people who are then going to email other people. And those people get it. Hopefully they'll respond. We're actually doing it, and then we should be good to go.
All right, let's move on to some actual news. Terry McLaurin not going to the Commanders minicamp. This is a big deal. He's not happy. And when's he coming to the Indianapolis Colts back home?
Oh, the freaking nature, I'm not coming by there. I mean, I'm not dressed to. I mean, I'd have to go home and get my suit and all that, and then that's a whole nother thing. You know, it'd take forever.
These trades have happened. Like, I think Terry McLaurin's getting traded. I know that teams would be interested.
My DJ skill. I mean, you know, my DJ skills are not good. I'll be honest about it. About 179, but we only need 5 spots to do it. 179, we only need 5 spots. You get three teams, tiered random. So you get 1 from the top, 3, 1 from the next 3, 1 from the next 3, 1 from the next 3, until it is finished out type of a situation.
What it does is show a team like I'm serious and I'm not happy. And that's what TK Metcalf did, and that's what Terry McLaurin did. A very clear signal to the team doing the negotiating.
Ian, what about their D coordinator? I know Jack Del Rio was fined what, $100K by the team. How was that? Is that relationship okay between he and Ron Rivera and ownership? And how's the new stadium coming along? Like, what are we doing?
Well, the relationship is it's been a long relationship between Del Rio and
I mean, it's a good deal. It is a good deal. I mean, again, still talking Marlins, White Sox, and Yankees in that bad boy. I mean, I won't even say as such, because why not?
The reality is, when you work for an employer and you say something that your employer doesn't like, they have this opportunity to find him, and they could have done worse.
That's what that looks
They
like.
really could have done worse. And the fact that some state representatives used it as a way to say, like, we're not building the stadium in Virginia because these comments, I don't know how real that is, but they are definitely going to use it as if it's real. And that just looks bad. Like, it might not actually affect things, but it looks bad and
That's good.
Okay, so finding some like Jack Del Rio's response and all of Jack Del Rio's people.
Man, guy's just a whiny bitch. You know, what are you gonna do, man? What do you want? What do you want, man? One second, I'll be right back.
This isn't from the NFL though. This is from the Commanders, right? So the NFL kind of sneaked out.
This is from Ron Rivera, and it was very clear. Rivera has a very clear statement that he came out with. This is not the NFL, like Ron Rivera. And, you know, what a lot of people have responded, and you know, I try not to make comments, but every once in a while I'll lay in there, you know, some big boosts and whatever. So I don't remember. I don't want to put my people are saying, okay, well, what about free speech? Yes, there is free speech, but if you exercise your right to free speech, there are consequences. Private employers, you can't just say whatever you want. And, you know, I would not say that this was a political take. This is not like, oh, I put one political issue over another. This is about what the facts are of a very highly charged, very serious incident. And I think Ron Rivera's stance was very serious as well.
I think that's the main thing though. Is a lot of people are playing for the NFL for the management.
Man, I am really getting some mixed feelings on this. On this whole Juneteenth thing. They're
odds change on the sports books for the Browns to win the AFC North. They were once plus 200, now they're like plus 270.
yeah.
Whatever. The whole fund
People, there's some people that are not happy about it.
is coming. Is it looming? Do the sports books know?
I mean, holiday's a holiday to me. You know, you want to make a holiday about squirrels or something. Okay,
To answer your first question,
I'm down with that.
no, I do not believe that
If you want.